everyone, this is Diane. I have been working on the two new little golden book junk journals that I'm creating in a paper doll theme. These are the signatures that go in mine, so I'm going to continue on with these signatures. I've added all the ruffles, pom-poms, eyelet lace, and both journals have those. And they both have the white pages dealt with, so there's some stamping and gluing of images and a little bit of stenciling on the white pages. This one I'm not doing anything to, it's just one of those planner type pages. And then there are some that have some stenciling also. And I'm starting now on adding pockets and making sure I have places to put the clothing. These are, these are the dolls that go in this book. So let me get my cover. I wonder if they'll actually fit in a pocket on the front. Oh yeah, they should. So I'll have to make a pocket here to put the dolls in. And then I will need a place to put the clothing. These are going to go somewhere else. And I have a set that I'm cutting out for the second journal from this same booklet, paper doll book. So some of these accessories, and maybe outfits too, were on a cardboard page, but the rest are paper. Maybe it's just the hats and bags. So let's see, I have 3 signatures. There's a paper hat. So I'm going to divide the outfits up. I think those go together. Well, actually, I have 2 dolls, so let me divide them up between Bonnie and Judy. I don't know why the accessories, like this bow says K. It was with this outfit, but it says K. And accessories that went with a different doll also said K, so I don't understand that at all. But we'll just go with it. I think this goes over that. I'm not sure. So this is, wait, I'm putting them. I don't have Bonnie, I have Judy. Oh yeah, I do have Bonnie. I kept thinking I had Linda, but I have Bonnie. So these are Bonnie's clothes. So this is Bonnie's, and this came with it, and that says K. All right, so now I'll have to have 1 paper bag with Bonnie's clothes and 1 paper bag with Judy's. And maybe I'll just put all of these pieces in the 3rd paper bag. And I'll have to put these in little pockets, like I did with the first journal. And these, I think I will just cut them out without fussy cutting, just so they're small enough that I can add them to a paper bag and do what I want with them. You know, some of them are Bonnie's. These are Bonnie's. These are Judy's. I also cut out these. I didn't bring them downstairs with me, the rest of them, but I showed them to you in maybe yesterday's video. So I cut one out so I could, you know, put her together. She doesn't stand. These are her feet. She doesn't stand up, but, you know, she's supposed to. So I will flatten her out again and add her to a pocket in my journal, and I'll put one in the other journal too. It's just fun, something fun and unique. Okay. So now I know pockets that I need. So I do have this pocket with a tag in the front. I'm going to put a fabric cover or a fabric pocket on the cover of each signature. And I do have some white paper bags. There's one. Now, I don't remember if I decorated the paper bags on video for the other journals. Because I don't know if you want to see it again if I already did it. But that's what I'm going to do today. At least one. I'm going to put a thumb hole in this. I don't think I decorate or collage on any of the bags. I wrapped up and put in the box. I haven't labeled it and mailed it yet, but the first journal that I did, and I'll be shipping that out tomorrow. But before I did, I made note of some of the things that I did in that journal that I want to make sure I do here. So to make it easy, I wrote down different ways I collaged on those on the bags, so that I can just look at that and say, yep, that's what I can do on this bag. These bags are smaller because the journal is smaller. Oops, this is not the die cut bag. So I'm going to look for a die cut shape in here, if I have any of the right colors. I don't know why. Oh, it's buttons. I guess I wanted to separate them. These would be cute. A little scrap of scrapbook paper I would like here. And I want an image of a kid. I don't know if I want it to be digital or what. Paper doll. Those are cute. I like her. I think she's the right size. Yeah, I'll cut her out. She's a little tall for it. But I can just cut the toes of her shoes off. this side, I'll use a bingo paper. And a house die cut. And a digital kid, a digital little girl. These are from different digital sets. I can't tell you who they are. I mean, because I don't remember. It's not that they're a secret. Now on this side, I will use a list paper. I just have to find one. They could be cute. Oh, I like that one. It's a house mouse. This is a flower that I made out of file folder or cardstock and wrapping paper, vintage wrapping paper. So I glued wrapping paper to the cardstock, and then I die cut the flower shapes and then put them together. I like that one better because there's more blue on the outside to contrast with the white background or cream background. And I made these a long time ago. I've used some, still have a few. It's a fun way to use some vintage wrapping paper. And then on this side, I will put some ledger paper . And I cut those Amity Bloom pieces, so I'd like to use some of those. That one's a big one. We have that. That might be a little too big also. Oh, here are some kind of scattered around my desk. Oh, Happy Day. That's cute. I love this. And this little piece. These are all Amity Bloom pieces. So I put that at the top. And just that, I guess. I'd like to have a flower. Let me look for a flower. What about one of these Tim Holtz flowers? Oh, I was trying to get it where it wasn't. These are the flowers that came with his wallpaper pieces. I love these flowers. They look like they're cut out of wallpaper. I think we've got it. And I put the dresses, the paper doll clothes, in this part of the pocket because it's much easier to get them out than to have them down here and try to get them out. So this will hold a tag. But let me see if Judy's clothes will fit in this pocket. And then I could just put a paper clip to hold it. I used some large copper colored paper clips on the first one, but those were bigger bags and I don't have enough. I do have a few more than I thought I did. I love these, but they weren't cheap because you don't get very many in the container, and I think I got it from Amazon. I might have enough I might need them for some of the bags, so I'll get them out. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know what I should do? Somebody sent me this pink cottage. I might glue this on the cover of either my pink house, my house journal that I made recently, which is also a golden book, or my paper doll cover. That way I won't be in danger of losing it. Let's see if I just think these don't reach down to this. Just barely. So I'm going to use this. There's one paper bag. And I think it was right in here. That's a good place for that. I'll put something in the pocket at some point. That would work. And I'll put a ribbon or something in it. Okay, let's move on, see what else we need to do in this journal. What else did I write down? was on the back? Oh, I don't know if I have any large paper doll outfits to make more pockets with. Looks like I've got some. That could be a pocket. That would work. It's not too big. Yeah, I've got some. Even that coat, maybe. That's a little too tall. That would be cute. Oh, look at this one. It's double-sided, though. I don't want to waste the other side. That's so cute. I don't know what I'll do with that. This would be a good one. Got lots that would work as pockets. I guess it'll just depend on what the pattern of the paper is. So I'll just get out all of them and choose the one that looks the best when I get to it. So right now we're on this page. Which one looks the best here? I definitely want to use at least one of these baby outfits in each of the journals. But I think I will put this on a solid color cardstock and use this one for a pocket. It'll be a tuck spot. I think that'll work. This was one of those outfits that had a magnet on it, so it would adhere to the doll without tabs. Or it had a piece of metal there, and the magnet was in the doll. So for the pocket, I'm going to use one of those sewing pattern images we were just looking at that I can cut into a card. Like maybe I could trim them and put them on a card and tuck that in there. I like the colors of that one. cute. They look like the kind of outfits you'd find in paper dolls. They might be too big though. Nope, not too big. I think I'll just trim it a little bit on both sides. Yep, that'll be cute. I was checking to see if I could see that through the pattern, but you can see the pattern. You can see the back of this, so it doesn't really matter. You're gonna see through it, and it's okay. So I'll glue this on, and then probably tomorrow I'll sew around it. Make sure it has plenty of time to dry. I'll sew around it, and then I'll add a pretty embroidered trim, like I did on the one in the first journal. I'll put some trim right here where it's empty. I could move it over here so there's less of that writing. The journal I sold, by the way, before I packed it up, I decided it needed more. Didn't have as much stuff in it that I usually put in a journal. So I picked out a lot of vintage items, and I either added them into a pocket or clipped them to a page. So she's getting more vintage stuff than you saw in the video. So that is that signature for now. Signature 2. I need a large outfit for the front of this one. I just love that. That might be better on a page that doesn't have the trim on the edge, so I can get in and out of the pocket. So let's do it here. Let me see. Signature 3. Yeah. So I'm just going to glue this to cardstock and cut it out as it is without the cardstock showing around the edges. Maybe a little bit. Maybe it'll show a little bit so I can have more pocket there. And I'll just use this part of a large greeting card. Somebody wrote on the back of this, garden suit. Now, when I sorted through my paper dolls, as I organized my room, I did set aside some to sell. I didn't go back and look at them and see if I want to use any of them for these journals. I don't think I need them. I'll make sure all the tabs are out. I love those little shoes. So I think I will just leave that space right there to give me a nice full pocket. I'm going to glue across the top and one side and the bottom, and the rest will be open to be a pocket. It would be cute to add a little flower to that pocket. That's a good size. It really adds a cute touch. Let me see if I have a bingo card that's small enough to go in there. Yeah, that would go. Put that on for journaling. A scrap of ledger paper. It's just the right width. I think I'll turn it that way because I like more of the ledger lines on it. tell you what I'm thinking about doing after I'm done with these paper doll journals. And that is, I have a lot of ephemera that I have made for videos, and I've made them, some of them, a few years ago. But when I do themed journals, or I want a particular look for a journal, I don't go to those. So I also have, if you saw one of my organization videos and you saw the unfinished projects, and some of those things are not really unfinished projects, but they're just leftover pages that I made and I didn't use them in the journal. And so I'm thinking I will choose a couple of covers and make some eclectic journals. I would have to use more paper than those unfinished pages, but I could use all of those unfinished pages up and a lot of the ready-made ephemera, and it's really cute. I'm going to cut this out and use it, maybe not in this journal, but instead of just leaving it on this scrap, I'm going to cut it out and have it available to use. It says, "Tell your story, this is my life." What I was looking for when I grabbed this was just a little strip, so I don't have that gray cardstock poking through. Okay, I'll get this out of my way, and I will look for a strip, or something that can be turned into a strip. I'll just use that. And I'll just glue that there and tuck it in that pocket. See, that goes nice with that. And I will be back with another video another day. I must go right now, and I'll see you soon. I hope you're having a creative day. Bye.